So what is a filter used for? A filter is used for purification. So if you have a water filter, amen, a water filter is used to purify the water. So if water passes through the filter is there to collect anything that you don't want in the water. So if you have a water filtration system at home or any kind of filtration system, it's used for purification. Purification of air, purification of water, purification of any other fluid or whatever you have. A filter is for purification. What was the waters of separation? For purification. So what is this all about? That God has provided something that would purify his people, amen? And it's a water of separation to separate us from the world. God has given us his word, amen? And we live in a day when it's not partial word, partial understanding, but it's the full revelation of the full word. So there's been a pure filter restored to the people again, a waters of separation that has come back to the church where we know that we can be clean. It's no longer guessing. There's no longer hoping. I know I can be clean. How can I be clean? By surrendering to that word, amen? By just submitting to it and obeying it, amen? We make things so complicated sometimes that how do I know I'm right? I want to be right. Oh, I wish I was right. Amen. The devil can get us on the I wish I was right merry-go-round and I hope that I'm right. Amen. But there's one way that we know that we're right. It's when we surrender to this word. There are things that we may not know, decisions that we have to make, and we labor over those. We want to be in the will of God and we want to do right, and we make the decision the best way we know how to make the decision. But if we filtered it through the word, if there's no word hindering us from stepping right or left, we just have to go by the leading of the Lord, the way we feel is right to go, and trust that God will help us if we're wrong. But we ought not to have so much anxiety over those things because there's been a water of purification. And as long as we're surrendering to the word with all that we know, God will take care of the rest. Where we can be nervous, where we should have anxiety and fear is when we know we're not right with the word. When we know the prophet of God has taught the scriptures in a way, taught the conduct of a believer in a way, and we knowingly refuse to walk in that. That's where we can be nervous. That's where we can have anxiety. But if we're doing all that we know to do, trust the word to be the filter and trust it to be the waters of separation.